Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'd be recording a breakdown of a trade I took on the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Now this was a trade I took on the 18th of October 2022 on Tuesday, and this was a short that resulted in a 4-hour trade or a 1k profit on my account. And as always, I'm just gonna post a screenshot that actually shows that I did take the trade. And without any further delay, let's get started. Now we're going to start on the high time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame for me, and we could clearly see that this pair is in a complete downtrend. So we're just riding all the way from here, coming down, making some highs over here, then coming back down again. We could clearly see that the price is in a complete downtrend, and from this we could have a directional bias that if it has been like coming down for such a long time, we could go down even further from over here. So after we have established our directional bias on the high time frame, we are going to look for some supply and demand levels. And if we look at the inside bar right inside here, we can see that price has reacted to it multiple times. For example, it came down from over here and it came back to this zone, reacted to it, went back down again, and went back up again, reacted to the zone again, came back down again, and it is now approaching that same 4-hour supply zone again. Now we've established two things till now, that is that on the high time frame, price is in a complete downtrend, and we are currently approaching a major 4-hour supply zone. Now if I move down to the 15-minute time frame, I mostly use just two time frames, 4-hour one and the 15-minute one, although I do jump around other time frames as well, but that's something that I do occasionally and not all the time. Now if we focus on the last zone that came to this 4-hour demand zone, we can see that this candle over here took liquidity from all these areas over here, and it even went higher than this zone right over here. So if I could just zoom in and draw a quick line. So if we start just from over here, yep, perfectly, and if I just zoom out, we can see that it did actually went above that very zone and took some liquidity that was sitting these areas in these highs over here. So now once it took that liquidity, went down and broke these structures on the 15-minute time frame, although it did fail to break these lows right over here, because if we see right over here, it came down, found some demand on this zone, it just went back up again to maybe retest the 4-hour supply zone again. But it is what it is. It wouldn't put me off again, because if I recap whatever we've found out till now, it is that on the 4-hour time frame we've established that we are in a complete downtrend. We're seeing lower highs and low lows being formed. Then we could see that we are currently in a 4-hour supply zone, which is right over here. I mean, we're still approaching it, but you get the point. And on the 15-minute, we can see that this candle over here took liquidity from all these highs and resulted in a breakout structure, such as this one over here, this one over here as well. Now we've got 4 confluences, and if you know me or if you've watched my previous videos, you can clearly see that if I see 4 confluences lined up, I don't hesitate while taking a trade at all. It's just the way I traded, and these are all the reasons for which I took the trade. Now I'm gonna mark this zone right over here, this last supply zone, this 15-minute supply zone through which I took the trade. If I could just go back and refine it a little, and I feel like, yeah, it's basically, it's okay, it works. So if I could just go back a little before it actually approached that zone. So yeah, I placed a sell limit on the 25% of this zone, and if I could just take a quick look on my phone, I can actually put the correct prices over here. So my entry price was 6,332, my take profit was 6,2739, and my stop loss was at 6,3471. Yeah, so perfect. So this was a nice around 1 to 4 hour trade, and the reason for this stop, it is just because I placed it a little higher than my 15-minute zone. Why? So that I could account for spreads. And why did I target this? It's basically I targeted the liquidity that is sitting beneath these zones, and I didn't target like any price that is further down. Why? Because it was the last day before I would actually get my payout from my prop firm, and that information is for a separate video. But this is the very reason that I was happy with the 4 hour trade, and I was simply just targeting the liquidity sitting beneath these lows over here. So just to recap, this was the whole analysis, and we've got 4 confluences. The first one was that price was in a complete 4 hour downtrend. We are currently approaching a 4 hour major supply zone. On the 15-minute, we could see that our candle of interest took liquidity from its previous highs, and that very candle resulted in a lot of breaks in price structure. And this is why I was happy to take the trade. And you could actually see that the point where I entered the market was a little lower than the 25%, and I feel like this just happened because of some slippage. It's totally normal, and it shouldn't actually worry you if you've got great risk management, which I am proud to have. Anyways, if we played fast forward, we could see that I was in the trade around 12:30, and I let price play out, and you could see that we simply hit our take profit at like 3:15. So this was a really quick trade, a really quick $1,000, if you must say, in under 3 hours, that is. And yeah, I mean, that is the whole breakdown. Now, apart from this, if I simply remove this, if you would want to go on, let's say, the 1 minute time frame, you could have, if I just like take price a little further back as well. So yeah, you could have waited for a 1 minute chalk basically. So at this point, we have clearly just changed character over here, and then you could have because like this order block has been mitigated as well by this, and we could see that this right over here is an unmitigated order block, which you could have used to place your sell limit just like this right over here. Excuse me. You could have like placed your stops above this or this high if you just want to like keep yourself a little safe, and you could have again targeted this liquidity that was sitting beneath this, and you could have again like get around a 7 hour trade. Now let's see if we do actually get tagged in, and we do right over here. And I mean, yeah, and you could have then straight off went into profit and made 7R. But then again, this is all hindsight. I could have told myself that I could have done this, I could have done that, but once time has gone by, you can't do anything about it. You just have to stay stoic, if you know what I mean. So yeah guys, that was the whole breakdown, and I hope you actually found some value out of this. I hope you could learn something out of this video, and as always, be sure to please go to the comments or just simply hit me up on Discord. Let me know what kind of videos do you want to watch, and I'm going to have a weekly breakdown, a weekly analysis on JBA's Trade YouTube channel as well, so be sure to check that account on Sunday as well. And I wish you have a very prosperous and a very profitable trading week ahead of you. And that's pretty much it for the video, and this is me signing